Alright, today I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of my razors. I have two different types of razors right here. I have your disposable razor, your classic one by Gillette. This is the Gillette Fusion right here. As you can see, it's a tilting. I'm going to go over the pros and cons of that, but also going to go over the pros and cons of my DE razor, also called a safety razor or double edge razor. Great razor as well. So let's start with the pros of the Gillette razor. Gillette has been around for over 100 years, known for disposable razors. Now, this razor right here in particular is the Fusion razor. This is one of their newer models of disposable razors. As you can see, there are 5 blades in here. All right. Now, one of the things with the 5 blades that they have in here is that it shaves a particular spot 5 times with one stroke. Very great, very efficient at getting hairs removed. That's one pro. Another pro with this razor is that you're almost free of getting nicks and cuts. You can shave very fast with this and not get as many cuts as you would with a DE razor. All right, so use this like you're in a rush, and you can actually press down and use a little bit of strength with this razor, and it still slides across your face without giving you certain cuts. Now, with that said, some people do get cuts with this razor. However, Gillette has came up with their technology that reduces cuts and nicks when you're shaving on the fly. Now, this particular razor comes with a tilted head, so it moves to the contours of your face. As you can see like this, it moves from left to right, as well as this moves back and forth. And the blades, actually, you can press down on them and they actually flex as well too. Altogether giving you a clean and great shave for the time that you're spent. So those are some of the pros. And also, like, you can dispose of this fairly easily when you are done shaving it. You can actually get a couple of shaves out of this. I've gotten like as many as 5 shaves before I've noticed that it has dulled on me. Now let's talk about the cons of the Gillette shaver. Now, as you all know, Gillette, to get these cartridges, to get 4 of these would cost about, I don't know, $20, which is fairly expensive. Like when you're constantly going out to the store to get replacements and you have to pay $20 every single time. So that's one of the downfalls of that. The blades are kind of cheap. There's 5 blades in there. Yes, they work really well together, but after a few shaves, they're so dull that you have to go get another razor. It doesn't quite get as close per se as other razors like the double-edged razor or straight razor, but it gets fairly close. And considering how much time is spent, another con about this is that you often miss spots because this can't get close enough. All right, so those are some of the cons with that. Let's talk about the pros and cons of the double-edged razor. Now, this is my double-edged razor. I bought this razor for about $25. It's, the upfront cost is kind of expensive for a razor, but when you consider I can get 5 blades right here fairly cheaply. I actually got 50 blades for around $10, which is pretty cool. I usually use a razor in here maybe 2 or 3 times before I put a fresh one in. You can actually go a little bit longer if you'd like, but I choose not to. I want to have that perfect, really sharp blade every time, so I choose not to do that. So the long-term cost of this is actually cheaper than the Gillette, and you've gotten a lot of people who have been wet shaving for years with Gillette switching over to a double-edged razor. All right. Now, one of the benefits with the double-edged razor also is its ability to get very close to your face. It's able to actually cut cut hair closer, from my experience, than a disposable cartridge razor from Gillette. So that's good. And you have two sides to where you can work with and get really close to your face. So that, and then also like using this, you kind of have that nostalgic feel when you're shaving. You have to shave very slowly, like with this. All right, when you're shaving slowly, you actually take more care when shaving. It takes time. So let's talk about the cons of this. Now, the cons of using a double-edged razor is a huge learning curve, and it takes, several weeks to actually kind of get really good at it. Okay, so with the Gillette, you can go ahead, lather up your face, and then shave really fast and not have to worry about a lot of nicks and cuts. Whereas with the double-edged razor, you cannot shave very fast, because if you do, you're going to get cuts and you're going to have to tend to that afterwards. As well as like when you're shaving with this, you want to go very slowly to make sure that you get a lot of the hair or all of the hair within the first couple of swipes. All right, now that could be kind of a hassle depending on how much time in the morning that you have. If you don't have a lot of time, this could be like kind of troublesome. Okay, so that's a con with that. Also, like you can't, say for instance, this were to break, I've had a double-edged razor break on me. You cannot just go to your local drugstore and get a double-edged razor, at least not in America. Whereas this, you can pretty much get these everywhere. All right, so that's one of the cons. And also the blades, you always have to order these. It's very hard to find one of these unless you go to a specialty shop to where you can get one of these. So the pros with the disposable razor: quick, fast, really good cut. Pros with the double-edged razor: closer shave, more nostalgia, cheaper in the long run. The cons with the Gillette is the cost is astronomical on the long run. You're not able to get as close a shave as you could with the double edge. And the cons with the double edge are that you can really cut yourself up if you're not going slowly and taking extra care. That's pretty much the only con with this right here. And the availability of this is kind of rare unless you get it online somewhere. So let me know what your questions are, or if you have any questions about these razors. Both are great razor. Let me know. Thanks a lot for watching.